Lusk. He's the big 6'4" forward. A senior guard, Keith Robinson. Another senior guard, Ryer Caruso. And some other size in the forward position, Ibo Rivera. And, of course, the aforementioned Marcus Outlaw will be a very important factor in this game. We're going to take a break, not from this action, but just for the purposes of our national anthem. A raucous crowd here at Alumni Hall.
Here tonight.
And I'll tell you, before we even get going, we got to say thank you to theday.com, because it's really the production value of these games has absolutely gone through the roof. The great Peter Wappy, who is behind the scenes here. I hope everybody out there appreciates what they're watching tonight, because we're going to have a lot of fun. This is, you'll be challenged to find high school basketball any place that's going to show you a game the way you're going to see it tonight.
And football, too. You were involved in that back in November, Case. That was as great of an experience as I've ever had at the day.
That was a great experience, and hopefully we'll be back doing more of that this coming fall. But, Mike, I've got my first issue already, the New London High School uniforms.
Not a fan. Green and gold. I don't know when black became a school color, but this is when I get called an old fuddy-duddy. So.
Well, I guess it's the Oregon Duck phenomenon at all the various green and neons, but we are set to go here at Norwich Free Academy, the NFA Wildcats and the New London High School Whalers. Keith Porter going to jump it up for New London. Other side of the ball, Ibo Rivera will jump it up for NFA. NFA going left to right. Whalers win the tip. And quickly, ball stolen by Robinson. He passes it over to Ramel Williams, and Norwich Free Academy has the first offensive set of the game. Ball being swung around the perimeter. New London in man-to-man. Williams regathers, going to reset the offense. In the corner it goes. On the floor, ball loose. Picked up by New London. We have our first whistle. It's going to stay here.
A rousing start here at Alumni Hall.
Ball swung out to Williams. He's got Robinson on a wing. Rivera down in the corner. Over it goes to Robinson. To Caruso. Ryer Caruso swings it back up on top to Lusk. Back up top. Williams, 15-footer is good, and NFA jumps out to a quick 2-0 lead. NFA extending pressure. Ahmad Gomez controlling the ball for New London. Over to Porter, and Porter will run the offense. Lake, alley-oop, off the front of the rim, trying to get Porter on the back door, and that, Mike, that was the athleticism of Porter. Just off the mark, though. Ball to NFA.
I'm interested to see whether NFA can stay as patient as it was that first trip.
That was a good possession. Robinson, top of the key. Ball loose and out of bounds, and a turnover. NFA, ball back to New London. The other way, here comes Porter. He's out in front, bumped, shot up, and no good. Our first foul. Foul on NFA. That's going to send Keith Porter to the line to shoot two. That time, Mike Porter got out in front of everybody, and we know how electric he is when he gets open space.
Yes. I thought he was shooting. He wasn't shooting?
They're going to say that's on the floor.
There we go. There we go. Craig Parker is he's already yelling. I thought he was I guess not.
And they're going to call a travel this time. Already we can see New London trying to get the ball to Porter, and NFA they're being very physical with him. It's resulted in a turnover.
No, that's the way to do it. Make somebody else beat you.
NFA breaking pressure with Robinson back up to Ramel Williams. Robinson in the corner. Top of the key, trying to find some space, pulls it back out to Williams. Williams to Robinson again. Robinson drives, left hand in the lane, foul called on the floor. Official Rich Radiccioni with the call. Fouls on number 24 of the Whalers. That's Josh Maynard, that's his first.
You know, two of these officials might still be the best players on the floor.
More size than any ECC team right there. Turnaround by Ryan Lusk is good, and NFA out to a 4-0 lead. Gomez brings it down for New London. On the floor that time, Sawyer lost it out of bounds. Back to NFA, and already you see Coach Parker up and jawing at his team. He's not happy with their handling of the basketball here in the beginning.
New London's got to got to make NFA play faster.
Well, they're trying to do that right now on the floor. What do we got here? Foul is going to be on the floor on number 12 for New London, Colin Sawyer. And that is going to send to the line for NFA, Keith Robinson. The senior guard, Robinson, will shoot two, trying to extend a 4-0 NFA lead with 5:34 remaining here in the first period. First one is up, and it's good. 5-0 NFA. He'll shoot one more. And the Whalers, Mike, without even a real shot opportunity up until this point. Second one is good as well by Robinson. 6-0 NFA with 5:35 remaining here in the first period. Porter up top for the Whalers. They got two men on him. Porter drives in the corner to Gomez. Gomez swings it back to Maynard. In the corner, jump shot no good by Lake. Rebound, Gomez, back to Lake. Another three-pointer in the corner is good. And the first basket of the game for the Whalers is a three-pointer by Seth Lake, the sophomore guard, and New London's going to try to pressure. Robinson breaks pressure fairly easily. Over to Williams. Ramel Williams, this junior guard, going to control the tempo for the Wildcats. In the corner, it goes to Rivera. Up top, Lusk. Basket in and out, ball loose. Stays NFA basketball. 4:48 remaining in the first. 6-3 NFA with the basketball.
New London can be very hard to guard, Case, when their shooters are on, as with most teams.
Rivera in the lane, wild shot, no good. He gets his own rebound, back up, and basket is good. Junior Ebo Rivera with the follow. 8-3 NFA. 4:35 remaining. Lake off the dribble, back up top to Porter. Porter without a basket to this point. Porter saying he wants isolation, tries to get a pick from Maynard. Porter drives, 12-footer, pull up, no good. Gets his own rebound, and good basket, Keith Porter. And New London cuts the lead to 3, 8-5. Pressure the other way it goes. Caruso to Lusk. Maynard with the rebound. Out long it goes to Ahmad Gomez ahead of the pack. No good. Rebound up and in by Colin Sawyer. And the Whalers have cut it to 1. NFA 8, New London 7. Just under 4 minutes remaining here in the first period. Long jump shot that time by Keith Robinson. No good. Ball loose on the floor. Lake comes up with it. Wild pass. Too far for Sawyer. Turnover, Whalers. And we get our first substitutions into the ball game Desmond Delia Miller into the ball game for NFA, along with Marcus Outlaw.
The Sheriffs back in town, Case.
Caruso and Lusk have a seat. NFA with the ball, up 1, 8-7. Miller tipped out of bounds. It'll stay Wildcat basketball. And Mike, two of the great, long-standing, and really big-time coaches of the area, Neil Kurland and Chop Parker. It doesn't get any better than that when it comes to the X's and O's on a basketball court. Ramel Williams, pull-up, jumper, no good. Strong rebound by Outlaw underneath. The follow, no good. Ball loose again. Outlaw loses it. This time Porter comes out of the pack, and he's hounded by Ebo Rivera. And he throws it down, and they're waving it off as he was fouled on the floor. And the referee's talking to Porter, and he's saying, did you hear the whistle, son? Because we could call a technical on you for that.
That's a great job right there by Greg Keith. He could have teed him up. Instead, he said, look, if you do that again, you're not going to like it. That's what you're supposed to do right
Good
there.
Officiating right there, absolutely.
Officiating.
That's a great job by the crew. They whistle, a little talking to. That's the way to go. Gomez drives. Runner in the lane is good. Basket by Ahmad Gomez. And New London takes its first lead of the game, 9-8, with 3 minutes remaining in the first period. NFA breaking pressure fairly easy. Underneath it goes to Outlaw. Wild runner, no good. But he's going to shoot two. We've got a foul underneath. Foul on New London, number 24, Josh Maynard.
That's his second.
His second. Early foul trouble for Maynard. And Outlaw will be at the line shooting two. And I'll tell you, Mike, he looks pretty healthy off of that injury.
Look at him, though, Case. He's got the running back's body.
And the running back equipment. He's got both ankles, knees, legs taped up, everything but shoulder pads, as the first one by Marcus Outlaw is good. Substitution for NFA into the ball game is Tuzar Skipper. What a great name. Tuzar Skipper into the ball game, replacing another great name, Ebo Rivera. So Ebo out, Tuzar in.
Skipper was maybe the best defensive end in the league this season.
Second one no good by Outlaw. Porter, what a great pair of athletes there. Porter being guarded by Outlaw. Over to Gomez. Gomez, wild runner is good, and the foul. Foul is on number 1, Ramel Williams. Basket good by Gomez. And Amand Gomez will go to the line to shoot the bonus. New London up 11-9 with 2:44 remaining in the first period.
Gomez had a good football season. Defensive back. Frequently I would hear Juan Roman, the defensive coordinator, yelling "Mondo" to get his attention.
Free throw good. New London up 3, 12-9. Outlaw running the offense for NFA. Over to Delia Miller. Swings it up top. Underneath to Delia Miller. Trying to find room. Kicks it back out. Jumper good. Ryan Lusk from 12 feet from the elbow. And NFA cuts the Whalers' lead to 1, 12-11 with 2:15 remaining. Porter looking to take Outlaw off the dribble. Gets help from Skipper. Gomez drives on Williams in the lane. No good. Foul on the floor on Ramel Williams, who's really having his hands full with Amand Gomez.
That's his second foul, and Neil may have to figure out something else because that's not working.
Off the inbounds, Porter goes up strong for a dunk, but had it blocked, but is fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. Foul on Skipper. And into the game for NFA, replacing Ramel Williams, is Patrick Kude.
Don't you wish you had hair like Kude?
I wish I had hair like you, Mike.
I don't have any.
Why do you think I'm wearing a hat? First one by Porter is good. He'll have one more. 13-11. Whalers on top with 2 minutes and 2 seconds. 2-2. Second one by Porter is good, upping the Whaler lead to 3, 14-11.
Porter and Gomez with 4 apiece to lead New London, and Lusk with 4 for NFA.
Coude to Outlaw in the corner. Delia Miller. Stolen by Porter off the tip from Maynard. From Sawyer. And we have a loose ball foul. Whaler ball underneath. Seth Lake will inbound it for New London. Maynard, Sawyer, Gomez, and Porter, the original starting 5 for New London, still in there.
Skipper stays on the floor with 2 fouls.
Lake looking to inbounds to Gomez, top of the key. Being guarded by Coude. And he's manhandled. I'll tell you, NFA is really struggling with the ball handling skills of Amon Gomez.
Gomez has been great, Case. I have not seen New London in a week or two. He wasn't even playing last I saw them, and he's been great.
He is giving NFA fits already. New London in the bonus. 7th foul on NFA, and Amon Gomez will be at the line shooting a 1-and-1, looking to extend this to a 2-possession game. Whalers currently up 14-11. First one is good. Whalers now 15-11 with 1:37 remaining in the first period, and NFA really has to figure out what they're going to do with Amon Gomez. Whalers substitution, Dominique Benson into the ball game, replacing Josh Maynard. Our first look at Dom Benson.
Had a very good game earlier this season in New London's win over LaSalle.
He's listed as a junior guard, but he's got some good size on him as well. Second one is good by Gomez. Whalers up 5, largest lead of the game for either team. Has been 6 by NFA early when they started off 6-0, but New London now up 16-11. Outlaw driving to the basket, wild shot, and they're going to call the foul. That's a tough one. Foul on the floor. Colin Sawyer picks up the foul with a block, and that's going to send Marcus Outlaw to the line. And Outlaw, you can see that running back mentality. He plays basketball with that same physical abandon that he plays football with.
He does. That's Sawyer's second foul, but give him credit for standing in the way of a 190-pound running back coming at you.
First one by Outlaw is good. Keith Robinson back into the ball game. He'll replace Delia Miller. Outlaw will shoot one more. 16-12. Whalers on top with 1 minute and 22 seconds remaining here in the first period. Here at Alumni Hall at Norwich Free Academy, Casey O'Neill and Mike DeMauro for theday.com. Outlaw second, no good. Ball tipped. Porter comes away with it for New London. Over to Amon Gomez, who has given NFA fits so far. NFA in man-to-man. Lake off the dribble. Back up top to Gomez. Gomez trying to find some room, can't. We're under a minute. Gomez looking for some isolation. Sawyer trying to give him a pick to Benson. Swing it goes to Benson. Benson drives the lane. Wild block called. And the foul is going to be on NFA. Patrick Coude trying to take the charge. Slid in a little bit late. He'll get called with the block. And Dominique Benson will be at the line, shooting 2.
Williams, Skipper, and Coude all with 2 fouls here in the first quarter.
43 seconds remaining. 16-12. New London up 4. First one by Benson is off the back of the iron, no good. And Ramel Williams will check back into the game, replacing Coude. One more for Benson. No good. Rebound by Lusk. He'll get over to Ramel Williams. Under 40 seconds here in the first period. 16-12. New London on top. Ramel Williams, guarded by Lake. 30 seconds now. To Outlaw. He's got Gomez on him. Bit of a size mismatch. Outlaw, the big physical presence. Football matchup right there. I'm sure Gomez and Outlaw no strangers to each other.
Absolutely not.
Ball loose. Lake comes up with it to Gomez, trying to get it to Porter. Porter gets it underneath. Layup is good, and we're under 10 seconds now. 18-12 New London. Ramel Williams coming the other way. NFA with time for one more shot. Long jumper is no good off the front of the rim by Robinson. Porter at the buzzer, off the front of the rim, no good. And your score at the end of the first period. New London 18, NFA 12. We'll be back right after this message.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single-base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
And we're back. Start of the second quarter here at Alumni Hall. New London on top of NFA, 18-12. New London right to left on your screen, wearing the black jerseys with the green and gold. Alley-oop to Porter, one-handed slam, no good. Gets his own rebound. Reverse spinner in the lane is good, and New London ups the lead to 8, 20-12. And right now, NFA trying to find some answers.
Deontay Bruton in. That's a very small lineup.
I think Coach Parker sees some ball handling opportunities here. NFA stuck with pressure. Backdoor outlow, no good. Great look from Lusk, but he's fouled. Foul underneath on Lake. And a familiar sight here in this game so far is Marcus Outlow at the foul line, shooting 2. New London with a smallish ball handling lineup with Porter, Gomez, Bruton, and Robinson in the game. Benson, all guards who handle the ball. Lake, the shooter. First one for Outlow is good.
I would guess now, Case, that Craig Parker will really spread the floor. One of the things he studied in the off season was a 5-out, none-in offense that has worked.
Bruton ahead of the pack to Benson. Out top it goes to Gomez. Gomez controls over to Bruton. Bruton guarded by Lusk. Quickness mismatch there. Bruton, long three-pointer, no good. Rebound strong by Outlow. And he comes in, lazy reach in there that time. We're going to get a foul on the floor. Looks like that's going to be on Benson. Reaching in, the officials are discussing right now who the foul's actually on. NFA with Ramel Williams, Ryan Lusk, Marcus Outlow, Keith Robinson, and Ebo Rivera. Ebo inbounding the ball right now to Ramel Williams, who pulls it back up top. NFA in the white with the red numbers. Marcus Outlow has the ball in the corner. Up top, Ryan Lusk being hounded by Benson. Lusk drives by Benson. Left-handed runner in the lane is no good. But a foul on the floor on Benson.
Very odd case. Williams, Kude, Skipper, Sawyer, Maynard, Benson all have 2 fouls right now. 3 players on each team.
Both teams trying to get to the basket. Both teams with a lot of ball handlers. So a lot of off the dribble, and both teams playing man, making it easier for people to get beaten off the dribble. Ryan Lusk's going to shoot 2 for NFA. First one is nothing but the bottom of the net, and that'll make it 20-14. Caruso back into the ball game, replacing Robinson for NFA. And our first look at Sammy Miranda, number 22 of the Whalers. He's in, replacing Dom Benson. 6:47 remaining in the second period. first half action here at NFA.
That's 4 guards and Porter, but 5 ball handlers.
Amon Gomez with the ball for New London right now. 20-15. New London on top. 6:35 remaining. Swings it to Bruton. Gomez up top. Miranda touching the ball for the first time today. Over to Porter. Porter on Outlaw. 2 great athletes. Porter spins on Outlaw. Kicks it to Bruton. Bruton drives foul line out to the three-point shooter. Lake off the rim. No good. Ball tipped by Porter. On the floor, loose. Porter comes up with it in the lane and scores. Keith Porter puts New London on top, 22-15. That's 10 for Porter. 6:05 remaining here in the first half. New London up 7.
It's a very good set they just ran.
Outlaw wild to the hoop. Basket is wild, no good. But we're going to get a foul on New London. Fouls on number 11, Gomez. And at the line, shooting 2 will be Marcus Outlaw, who I believe has shot 10 free throws already. Or this will be numbers 9 and 10. Interesting now. Outlaw's first one is good. NFA is going to send Skipper into the ball game. I'll be curious. He's going to replace Lusk. NFA is going in the opposite direction now. They're going big. They've got Skipper and Rivera in the ball game, along with a very physical Outlaw and Caruso. So they've got their biggest lineup in the game. New London's got its smallest lineup in the game. What's going to give?
I think I'd rather be small.
Second one is good, and Chop Parker's calling a 20-second timeout. I think he's going to be discussing exactly what set they're going to run against this size differential that we have right now. So 22-17, New London on top of NFA. Mike, impressions here in the early going?
Well, Case, I think the difference in the game so far has been Gomez. He's this was what, 6-0 early. He stabilized the game for them, and ever since he has asserted himself, the Whalers have played well.
You had said prior to the game, if New London shooters shoot, they're impossible to defend. I would suggest that even if their shooters aren't shooting, if Gomez is going to play like this,
Absolutely,
they become very difficult to defend. Lake, Gomez, Bruton, Miranda, and Porter. 5 guards on the floor for New London. Gomez, he wants to pull the trigger, but pulls it back out, and they're going to run a set.
What I've also liked so far, Case, is that Keith Porter has not tried to do it all himself.
Gomez, Miranda. Miranda drives to Lake. Three-pointer by Lake is good. Seth Lake for 3, and New London extends the lead to 8, 25-17 with 5:15 remaining. And here's the other part of that small lineup, Mike. Whaler pressure. Ramel Williams to Ebo Rivera. Back up to Williams. NFA breaks the pressure. 5 minutes remaining here in the first half. Caruso, hounded by Lake. Outlaw to Rivera. Miranda, very physical inside. Ebo Rivera did not like that at all. Swatted away Miranda's hand. And the officials are right on top of that. They're going to call Sam Miranda with the hold. Both teams in the bonus, and that will put Ebo Rivera at the line, shooting 1-1.
But that's the kind of ball pressure Parker wants. If they can do that all night, he'll walk out of here happy.
No good by Rivera. Big rebound by Skipper. Caruso in the corner, down to Skipper. He loses it off his knee, trapped in the corner. Swings it to Rivera. Whalers definitely turning up the pressure. A lot of pesky hands. Rivera, runner in the lane, no good off the back of the iron. Ball loose, out of with it comes Amon Gomez for the Whalers. 4:30 remaining here in the half. Gomez, very patient. He does not want to pull the trigger. That's a good job right there running that set. Lake to Porter. Porter with Outlaw on him. 4:17 remaining. Up 8. Gomez again not pulling the trigger on the three-pointer. Going to run the offense. Trying to take Caruso off the dribble. He pulls it back out to Bruton. Bruton with Williams on him. NFA in a switch. Sam Miranda, foul line, pulls up, Skipper on him. Kicks it to Gomez. Corner jumper, no good. Rebound, Ramel Williams out with it for NFA, and they're looking to run. Ebo Rivera, nice look inside to Skipper, but he misses the layup. Ball out of bounds, and it will be New London basketball. Keith Robinson and Lusk back into the game for NFA.
NFA has missed some very makeable shots. Those start going in. We're going to have a good one here.
Amon Gomez with the basketball. Porter posting up out low this time. Porter double teams, kicks it to Gomez. Gomez drives. In the corner, goes to Lake, to Miranda. Three-pointer from the corner by Miranda, no good. And the ball trails out of bounds. NFA basketball. 3:24 remaining in the first half. A New London High School 25, NFA 17.
Craig Parker did not like that shot right there.
No, he doesn't want Sam Miranda shooting the ball that quickly in a set. He wants to try to swing it, get it into the hands of Lake. Porter. Travel on the floor by NFA, a turnover. Down 8, 25-17 with 3:12 remaining. New London basketball coming the other way.
This is, I would say, in this game so far, this is the fourth time I've seen New London. This is the best offense that they've run.
Much more patient. Looks like they really know what they want to do here. Porter, double teamed by Caruso, pulls up on outlow. No good. Rebound, Lusk. Ramel Williams comes out with it. Hounded by Lake. Williams now drives to the basket. And official Radiccioni waves off the shot, says we have a foul on the floor. Foul on Bruton on the floor. And that's going to put Ramel Williams, the junior guard, at the line with 2:46 remaining in the first period. NFA trailing by 8. New London 25, NFA 17. First one by Williams, no good. NFA, though, in the double bonus, so he will get another one. Second one up and good. 25-18, New London up by 7 with 2:46 remaining here in the first half. Whalers in the black, moving right to left on your screen. Keith Porter trying to take outlow off the dribble, drives baseline, reverse left-hander is good, and Mike, that's quite an athletic move there. Keith Porter showing the scoring that we've come to expect here. On the other end, Miranda steals, ahead to Bruton, layup, good, and just like that, New London out to a double-digit lead, 29-18, with 2:20 remaining. NFA breaking pressure with outlow. Pull-up jumper is in and out, strong rebound by Porter, and New London now, as we're heading down toward the 2-minute mark, with an 11-point lead and the ball.
The pressure speeds them up. Quick shot, miss, and you got the ball again.
And just like that, Keith Porter says, my bad. Of course it's your bad, Keith. You're the one that just dropped it out of bounds.
Who else's bad would it be?
No one else let the ball slip through their hands. That's okay, Keith. That's the responsibility we want to see you take as a leader of this team.
You've played for coaches before who did not accept the my bad excuse.
The great baseball player Mike Susie of Waterford High School and New London Legion fame once tried to dismiss a dropped pop-up with a my bad, coach. And the response from that coach, who shall remain nameless, Jim O'Neill, was, you're right, it's your bad. Whose bad would it be? You're the one that dropped the pop-up. Ah, the memories
I don't think it was that clean, though.
No, but fortunately, the therapy that Mike Susie's been in for the last 20 years, courtesy. No, I'm teasing, of course. 29-18, NFA with the ball. Outlow comes out of traffic with it, running layup, no good. The scoop, but he draws the foul. And I mean, at this point, Marcus Outlow is the NFA offense at the foul line. He's been consistently drawing fouls on the New London Whalers. They're already up to the double bonus with 1:30 remaining. He'll shoot 2.
Yeah, and Rich Radiccioni's heard about enough from Craig Parker right now.
Outlow, no good off the back of the iron.
Although I've known Chop for 20 years now, I'd say, and this is mild, if that.
I think we've both agree that we've seen. Now he's getting an earful of Greg Keith.
Greg Keith.
These are two, by the way, fantastic. He's in danger of getting his own tee. These are two fantastic coaches. If you wanted to sit and listen to how you talk to an official during. These guys are both masters at talking to officials. Second one is good. 10-point lead for New London, 29-19. Amon Gomez, 15-footer from the elbow, no good. Rebound by Outlaw. I don't think Parker wants that. And then Gomez, little bit physical, draws the foul. It's going to send NFA to the line for 2. And Mike, that's the kind of thing that drives coaches crazy. First, the ill-advised shot by Gomez, and then following it up with a frustrated foul.
I'm impressed, Case, that Neil Kurland has kept the coat on this long.
Well, that's because we're down 10. You'd think the coat would have come off, but a calm, cool, and collected Neil Kurland as the first one from Ramel Williams is good. Both of these coaches, again, can't say enough about the longevity they've had with these two programs. They've been here a long time, and they're both very, very highly thought of coaches. Two great programs. NFA cuts the lead down to 9, 29-20, as we're heading down towards 1 minute remaining here in the first half. Keith Porter with the ball for New London. Lake, Gomez, Miranda, and Bruton. Outlow, guarding Porter, over to Amon Gomez. Gomez to the foul line, kicks it out to Bruton. Looks like New London's going to try to hold the ball. They're running spread. NFA in the man-to-man. Porter. 43 seconds remaining here in the first half. Porter eyes the clock. Out up top to Bruton. Gomez in here going to run a little weave. 28 seconds remaining. New London trying to create some mismatches and beat somebody off the dribble. And they're in no hurry, up 9, 29-20.
One shot means one shot, by the way.
And a timeout by Coach Parker with 15 seconds remaining. New London on top, 29-20. Clearly trying to run down for the final shot. They're going to go into this half up 9 or more.
Well, you would, theoretically, Case, but so many times, and this not just here, not just at this level, but you see shots go up with 6 or 7 seconds. You miss the other team gets it and scores, and you just give away give away something that if you just understand time and score. You know, to be honest with you, Case, I would rather see you get no shot off
than a bad shot.
Than a bad one with 7 seconds left.
I agree, Mike. Well, New London comes out of the timeout up 9, 29-20, 15 and a half seconds remaining here in the first half at Alumni Hall on the campus of the Norwich Free Academy here in Norwich, Connecticut. The day of southeastern Connecticut and theday.com bringing you live high school basketball. New London inbounding with Lake. Bruton in the backcourt, guarded by his opposite number, Ramel Williams. We're under 10 seconds. Porter with Caruso on him, looking to beat him off the dribble. 3 seconds. Porter, fall away, 15-footer, no good. Rebound loose, and that's the end. And Mikey, that's exactly what you had said right there. They got the last shot, and they will go into halftime with the lead. Here we are at the end of the first half. 29 for the New London High School Whalers, 20 for the NFA Wildcats. We will be back right after these messages.
At MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
There's flowers at the hill of the fort. Maybe it's a sign I was here at Fort Trumbull, and the whole hill was sort of covered with these like wildflowers.
Hopped on my bike to ride down to Fiddleheads to hit the farmer's market, and en route, things just started coming to me.
And when it finally comes to me, it's completely formed.
Every time we played it, it was a little bit different because we just sort of meandered to what we knew was the end.
I found a way for me to take music and sort of break that box, but still make it rock, New London style.
Excuse me, mister, I don't mean to be cruel, but I had better things to be than be your fool. Da 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 da.
Train, you're a good friend of mine. All right, everyone, good friend of mine. Reach up for those whistles.
And we're back here at halftime at Alumni Hall, New London High School on top of NFA 29-20. Casey O'Neill along with Mike Demoro as the day brings you high school basketball. And we're joined at halftime by NFA Athletic Director Gary McAwicky. And Gary, welcome aboard and thanks for hosting us in this great environment. And it's nice to be back with some high school basketball.
Our pleasure.
Mike had mentioned to me earlier in the pregame that the first thing we had to talk about before anything else was football, because NFA had a great season this past year, great young coach in Jamal Davis, and lost, of course, a tough game. Take us through the emotion of the school through a football season like that.
Well, the group of seniors was the key to this success. These kids were together as freshmen. The freshman team was undefeated. The JV team was undefeated. They stuck together. They really committed. I know coaches always say this, the kids always say this, but this group really committed in the weight room over the summer. And because we weren't bigger than most teams, but we were more physical, and that really made a difference. It really was great for our school environment. The kids got behind it, and we had a big pep rally before the state playoffs, and the kids were great. And it's just done a lot for the enthusiasm and the excitement on campus.
Tell me about, I happen to know and think incredibly highly of your head coach. And I think everybody knew he was going to be successful if you know him. But how much has his presence and what he brings as a person meant to the athletic department and the football team?
The biggest thing he's done is that he's a tremendous ambassador for our school. When we were up at Rensselaer for the press conference, he just was so well spoken, and really just the genuineness and the fact that he is an NFA guy really came through. And that really was the biggest thing that I think when I point to Jamal, what he did. But he also had the kids focused and prepared. And we went down to Newtown, and not a lot of people gave us much of a chance, and we came away with a 40-point win. And then we go to Staples, and a lot of people thought Staples was the best team in the state. And we kind of showed what Eastern Connecticut can do.
Gary, you just didn't watch the season as the AD, you watched it as a dad also. What was that like?
That was fun. I was never a football guy. When I started as an athletic director, there were 10 of us. 8 of the other guys were football coaches at the time, and one, your dad, was a football official. And here I am, this basketball track guy, new guy. Steve Robichaud really kind of taught me that football is important and it's different. And I realized that over the years. And it was fun to have my son play football the last couple of years. He was a big contributor. He loved it. He got into it. And, on the sidelines, I'm there. I was careful not to say anything. I just stood on the sideline and watched. But I was watching more as a parent than an athletic director most of the time.
Is that hard, though, not being able to interject when you want to?
No. I've had a lot of practice as an ice hockey parent. I bet you I've been to almost 1,000 hockey games between my 2 kids. They started when they were 6 years old, and I saw that. And as an athletic director and sportsmanship, I was going to be a model for good sportsmanship. And I've been to, like I said, hundreds and hundreds of hockey games, and I've never said a word at any one of them, so I'm pretty proud of myself. It's not easy.
Well, on behalf of your son, having played in front of one's father on a number of occasions, thank you for not saying anything during those games. I know he appreciates that, but I understand his future is he's kind of deciding those things right now, and he might have an interesting choice ahead of him.
Yeah, we took a trip out to Notre Dame to see the Pitt game, and he looked around and just said, wow. And on the way home said, I think I want to try to play, not that level, but like a 1AA. And we said, well, that'll take a prep year. So we visited 3 prep schools, and right now that's the plan, but we also have an appointment to go down to West Point, and there's some interest from the West Point people. He's a good enough student where he'd be a strong academic football kid. So that's sitting there, and we'll see how that works out.
That's great. That's great. Here. You know, Gary, I was at all 4 of the state finals, the one Friday and the 3 Saturday, and no school of the 8 brought more fans than this one. Why do you think? I mean, listen, 6:30 on a Friday night, 30 miles away. That's not easy, and you guys brought more than anybody else. How come?
Well, I think it kind of built that last couple of weeks of the season, starting with the New London game, and then Newtown. We had a bus that we brought down to Newtown, and a couple buses that we brought up to the Staples game. But it just kind of started snowballing, and it just became the thing to do that night. You know, and kids are always looking for something to do, and they said, well, you know, I'm going to the game, why don't you go to the game? And it just, like I said, just kept building and building. And our community, I think, when we get to places, events like that, they're very supportive. Our girls' basketball team has always drawn really well when we were at the Mohegan Sun. So it's a community thing. Plus, I thought we had a lot of support from other schools in the ECC, and that was really nice to see. And I think that was one good thing that came out of this was, you know, we kind of showed on a big stage that the Eastern Connecticut Conference is legit, and a lot of the kids were supportive of us, and that was great to see.
I think what you said is absolutely right, because as a New London, you know, person for many years, you know, we heard that same talk from the rest of the state about our football in this area, and for you to go and take on, you know, 2 schools that are sort of widely regarded statewide as powerhouses, and not only hold your own, but I mean really dominate at least, you know, one of the games, a complete domination. I think the rest of the schools in this area who have been fighting that kind of fight really did appreciate, you know, representing the Eastern Connecticut Conference and going and playing at that level. So it was good to see the support that the whole community came forth for you.
The first round, especially with Montville beating the #1 seed and us going down and beating a 10-0 team that was very highly regarded.
We are at halftime of the New London High School NFA Wildcat basketball game. New London on top 29-20. I want to thank NFA Athletic Director Gary Makowicki for joining us here at halftime. Enjoy the second half. What does NFA got to do really quick to get back in this?
We got to score some points, and it could start as simply as at the foul line. We just struggle to score points. We've had a lot of stops, done a pretty good job defensively, but we're struggling to score points.
All right. Well, you said you were a basketball guy, so we're gonna hold you to that. Thank you very much, Gary. We're about 30 seconds away from the start of the second half. We are gonna take a commercial break and bring it back for the start of the second half. 29-20, New London on top at halftime.
Jesse Cook. Let me put it this way. There are all these lists about the 100 greatest rock guitarists or the 100 guitarists that were better than anybody else. Jesse Cook is not on any of those lists, but he stinking should be.
Really?
So, I'm just saying, if you're footballed out Sunday,
put your skirt on and go to the guard.
The second half. Ramel Williams, Robinson, Lusk, Ebo Rivera, and Caruso on the floor for NFA. And a quick turnover. Double dribble, New London ball. New London with Lake. Gomez handling the ball now. Keith Porter, Colin Sawyer, and Josh Maynard, the original starting lineup of the Whalers, with a 9-point lead. Amon Gomez, who gave NFA all kinds of fits in the first half, over to Porter. Porter, jump shot extended, rolls in, and the first points of the second half belong to New London, upping the lead to 11, 31-20. And a quick turnover as Maynard intercepts the pass, over to Porter. Porter drives the lane, runner good, and just like that, Neil Curlin says, give me a 20-second timeout, because New London, just like that, Mike, 2 quick turnovers and 4 points to put the lead up to 13, the biggest lead of the game, 33-20.
Porter has 16 now for the Whalers, and boy, that's really not the way NFA wanted to start this half. You know, they've had games this year where they've scored 29 and 31 for the game, and this is I don't know that this will be as bad, but as Gary said at the half, they really do struggle to score, and when you give them away like that, you're setting yourself up for a long night.
NFA inbounds. New London with extended pressure. Rivera to Outlaw. Back up to Ramel Williams. New London looking to trap. Outlaw splits it. Outlaw drives underneath to Caruso. Caruso is good. Ryer Caruso, the senior guard for NFA, cuts it to 11, 33-22. Quickly the other way, Amon Gomez. Now we've got Outlaw on Gomez, and Porter has Caruso. Outlaw was primarily on Porter in the first half. Gomez swings it wide to Lake. Three-pointer, no good by Seth Lake off the front of the rim. Outlaw controls the rebound. Skipper inbound to Outlaw. Outlaw to the lane. Running layup is good by Marcus Outlaw. And just like that, NFA cuts back into that lead. It's back to single digits, 33-24. New London, 6 minutes and 10 seconds remaining. Gomez pulls it up to Maynard. Maynard's got Rivera on him. Maynard uncomfortable with the ball out there, gets it back to Gomez. Porter spins off of Caruso in the lane. Ball knocked away, but the foul is going to be on number 30, Ebo Rivera, and that's going to put Keith Porter at the line to shoot two with 5:51 remaining in the third period.
Rivera didn't like that call, and I didn't either.
Porter spinning pretty wildly in the lane that time. Tough to put a foul call on the kid standing there in the lane, but these officials thus far have called it very tight.
They've been great.
And they've done a great job, so we'll give them that one. Porter's first one no good. Substitution, Keith Robinson back into the ball game for NFA, replacing Rivera.
It's probably the only part of Porter's game this year that he's probably been not happy with is free throw shooting.
And when you go to the line as often as I'm sure he does, as the second one in and out, Porter misses them both. As you go to the line as often as I'm sure he tries to, being as physical a player and as much as he likes to take it to the rim, you got to make those foul shots. Lake gets a hand on it, but Outlaw controls. Williams. New London in a trapping zone. Swinging it around NFA. Robinson. NFA does not like the pressure so far that New London has given them. Outlaw with a long three-pointer. No good. But we're going to get a foul out on the perimeter on Colin Sawyer. And that means that Marcus Outlaw will shoot 3 more free throws.
That is Sawyer's third. And, boy, Outlaw gets to the foul line more times in the end zone.
I think right now he is trying to match his most carries in a game. Free throws versus carries. That would be a good comparison. First one is good NFA cuts the lead now to 8, 33-25. And just when it looked like New London was going to run away with this thing to start the second half, New London with some turnovers and NFA creeping back in. Outlaw's second is good.
That is a 6-0 run. Could be 7 if he makes this. Outlaw with 10.
Benson into the game for New London, replacing Sawyer. Third foul shot by Outlaw is good. He makes all 3, and there's a swing. Porter misses both. Outlaw makes all 3. That's a 5-point swing in itself. Gomez gets a block on Skipper. And I got to tell you, I know he's a senior, but Tuzar Skipper has got a Division I body on him out there. He is a big physical kid.
He sure does. He also has 3 fouls and is coming out.
But he looks good doing it, Mike. Lusk back into the ball game for NFA. New London with the inbound. Lake to Gomez. Gomez out to Maynard. 3-pointer no good. Rebound Porter. Porter on the perimeter. Drives baseline on Caruso. Kicks it to Lake. Lake's jumper no good. Strong rebound Benson. Wild shot in the lane no good. Rebound Maynard. Maynard layup no good, and finally controlled by Outlaw. A lot of chances that time for the Whalers, but they couldn't convert. Coming the other way, only down 6 are the Wildcats. And it goes to Lusk. Nice backdoor pass to Caruso, but he's trapped and blocked by Porter, but out of bounds. It will go stay Wildcat basketball. And Mike, hard to believe it that we're saying this, but NFA with a chance to cut this thing to 4 or less.
All they had to do was get down by 13.
Strong rebound by Porter off the miss by Lusk. Porter going the other way. Pulls his dribble up. Porter likes to go baseline. They trap him. Out it goes to long jump shot by Lake. No good. Gets his own rebound. Put back is good. Nice job by Seth Lake that time, following up his own shot and scoring. New London breaks the NFA run back up 8, 35-27.
That's 8 for Lake.
Robinson, Williams, Outlaw, foul line to Lusk. Jumper is good. Ryan Lusk with the foul line jumper. Cuts it down to a 6-point lead, 35-29 NFA. And a quick timeout by Neil Curlin, who wants to discuss where we're headed moving forward here. NFA down 6. Now, Mike, NFA's cut into this lead with New London being a little sloppy with the basketball. But Neil Curlin's got the opportunity here now, make this a 1-possession game pretty quickly. Where are you seeing the success? And what is NFA doing right now what are they doing right?
I think NFA is taking advantage of who New London has on the floor. I don't think this was the team that Parker has on the floor right now is not the team that got him the lead in the first half, and I think at some point he may want to consider going small again, because I think that bothered NFA.
New London ball up 6 with 3:55 remaining here in the third period. Amon Gomez controlling the basketball for New London. He's getting a pick from Maynard in the corner to Lake. Lake drives to the foul line, spins, turnaround, no good. Rebound by Benson, and he loses it to Williams. Out of the pack comes Ramel Williams to Outlaw in the corner to Caruso. 3-pointer. Oh, it spins in and out, and it's rebounding coming the other way. Oh, what a great look by Benson, and a wild layup by Amon Gomez. How Benson threaded the needle there on that pass, I will not know, but New London just like that up 8, 37-29.
Could you just have imagined the wrath of Craig Parker had that pass not been?
It's one of those, no, great pass. Yeah. Inside, stolen by New London. Here comes a run the other way now. Porter to the foul line. Porter drives strong, and I think Outlaw got a piece of it. Whistle on the floor. Looks like it's going to stay New London basketball.
See, Case, that's the stuff that I had seen earlier. You know, Porter has the ball. There's shooters open, and he's taking it one on three. He's really good, but that's not what you want.
Earlier in the game, New London was doing a much better job finding those shooters. Absolutely. Yes. Gomez drives now. Wild runner, no good. Ball tipped around and controlled by Outlaw. NFA down 8 coming the other way. Up ahead to Robinson. Robinson harassed by Lake. Gets it over to Ramel Williams. Back to Robinson. Williams and Robinson back and forth. Robinson splits it into the lane. Back out to Ramel Williams for 3. No good. And we're going to get Keith Porter on a push-off, as Porter got some hands on Ryan Lusk that time. Foul on Keith Porter. NFA will retain the basketball. 2:28 remaining in the third period. New London on top, 37-29.
It's Porter's second foul, and NFA's getting pretty good shots. They just got to start to make them.
Stolen by Porter. Ahead to Gomez. Alley-oop, but Porter fell down, and they're going to call the foul on Robinson for a block on Porter. Robinson was not going to let Porter go up for that alley-oop, which was what Gomez was thinking. Gomez threw the alley-oop, but Porter wasn't there because he was on the floor.
Okay, so this was the game last year that Chris Dunn hurt his shoulder. Very physical game.
I remember that was the first of the shoulder injury that, of course, hounded him, led to surgery, which delayed his start at Providence this year. Seth Lake controls the ball for New London, all the way back up top to Amon Gomez. That was that hard foul in that first New London game. Of course, Dunn subsequently fouled and injured the game again in the Windsor game, which it turns out he was playing with perhaps a mild dislocation for a long period of time, which required that shoulder surgery. Dunn, of course, now bringing his talents to Providence. Benson all over the place. We're going to get 5 seconds on Benson. Skipper back into the ball game for NFA. He'll replace Lusk. Also into the game, Desmond Delia Miller. Did we have a technical foul?
A technical foul on Craig Parker. Greg Keith got him from right in front of us.
That is a long distance technical right there.
Yeah.
That's one of those long brewing ones, or was that just a timeout? Because they're not shooting.
Well,
so.
He gave the T sign. I don't know. No, I think that's a technical. No.
They're not shooting. It must have been. He just must have been calling timeout to go talk to Coach Parker.
Well, he gave the sign. I'm not sure what the explanation was, but he gave him. It was a T.
Caruso from the corner. Good. That's a 3 by Ryer Caruso, cutting the NFA deficit to 5. New London 37, NFA 32. Porter, wild shot the other way is good, and Keith Porter fired up as he thinks he's been getting harassed and fouled, but New London now up 7, 1:20 remaining here in the third period.
Caruso's doing a nice job on him.
He's playing him very physical, and I think that's what's driving Porter insane right now. He's getting a little bit beat up as well. Outlaw off the dribble, wild into the lane, no good, but we're going to get a blocking foul on New London. Number 42, Devonta Robinson, into the game for the first time, quickly drawing the foul, trying to get some size into the game, but Outlaw took advantage of that, and he'll go to the line to shoot 2. Devonta Robinson. Outlaw at the line, shooting 2. 1:07 remaining. First one is short, no good. Ebo Rivera coming back into the ball game for NFA. He's replacing Tuzar Skipper. New London with Devonta Robinson, Benson, Porter, Gomez, and Lake. Second one by Outlaw is good. Outlaw, Caruso, Rivera, Delia Miller, and Williams for NFA. Lake, three-pointer from the corner, good! Seth Lake with a 3, extending the New London lead to 9, 42-33, as we're down to 50 seconds remaining here in the third period.
This is the most comfortable I've seen Lake.
We're going to get a foul on the floor. Foul on number 21, Keith Porter, with a reach-in, and Porter doesn't like that.
Oh, that was on Porter? I thought that was on Lake.
They're going to call it on Porter reaching in. I don't think he thinks so either.
That's his third.
His third. 45 seconds remaining in the third. 33 points for NFA, along with 3 fouls. Williams swings it to Outlaw. Back up top it goes to Williams. Ramel Williams to Delia Miller. Wild left-hander, no good. Devontae Robinson battling inside with Ebo Rivera. And Rivera is going to draw the foul. Foul's going to be on Robinson, his second. And that's going to send Ebo Rivera to the line to shoot two. NFA down 9, 42-33, with 28 seconds left here in the third period.
New London's post defense the last few trips has not been very good.
Rivera makes the first. We see Robinson leave the game, and Nick Barner into the ball game now for New London. The first time we've seen him.
Very promising junior.
Saw him in the JV game. Impressive. Second one no good, and Barner tips the ball. And we're going to get a pushing foul on Ryer Caruso as he pushed, but Barner right into the game with a nice box out and a first rebound of the game. 42-34, New London up 8, 27 seconds remaining in the third period. Seth Lake inbounds. Dom Benson with the basketball for New London, guarded by Outlaw. Up top it goes to Amon Gomez. New London looking for one shot. Gomez breaks pressure. Gomez all the way to the lane. Runner's no good, but we're going to get a foul. And Amon Gomez is going to go to the line to shoot two. 12.9 seconds, so we're going to call it 13. 42-34 New London. Gomez to shoot two. First one is good. Mike, my question is, does Daniel know the sign for technical foul yet?
No, he knows a three-pointer, touchdown, first down.
Basically anything involving putting his hands in the air?
Yes.
Okay. One more for Amon Gomez, or not. We have a
must have been a violation.
Lane violation on New London, so NFA 43-34, down 9. Outlaw on Porter.
Kick save and a beauty.
Loses the ball. Lake clapping, says we'll take it. 5.5 seconds remaining. New London with a chance at the last shot here in the third period with a 9-point lead. Lake to Porter. Porter down the left side. Porter into the lane, loses the basketball to Caruso. Caruso at the buzzer, off the back rim. They waved it off anyway. That's the end of the third period. New London on top, 43-34. We'll be back with your final quarter after this message.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our #1 goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale. That philosophy is what built this company from a single base service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
Excuse me, mister, I don't mean to be cruel, but I have better things to be than be your fool. Da 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 da.
Train, you're a good friend of mine. All right, everyone, good friend of mine. Reach up for those whistles.
And we're back. 8 minutes of basketball remaining here at Alumni Hall. New London 43, NFA 34. Whaler basketball. Seth Lake to Dominique Benson. Benson drives the lane. Runner no good. Loose ball off NFA. It'll stay Whaler basketball. Lake, Barner, Porter, Gomez, and Benson for New London. Caruso, Robinson, Williams, Skipper, and Robinson for NFA. Rebound by Caruso. Outlet to Robinson. Robinson looking to run to Marcus Outlaw. Three-pointer, no good. Skipper with the rebound. And the athletic putback Coming the other way is Gomez to Porter. Foul line extended. Porter trying to beat Caruso off the dribble and instead draws the foul. Keith Porter will go to the line for New London to shoot 2.
That is 4 on Skipper. You know, he really didn't have to leave his feet there. Just slide over and be a presence.
43-36, New London up 7. Porter shooting 2. First one good for Porter.
That's 19 for him.
A quiet 19 though.
Yeah, Outlaw and Caruso both have done a real nice job against him.
Second one by Porter is good. And the Whalers back on top 9, 45-36.
Keep in mind, in case Porter does have three fouls.
New London pressure. Ball stolen by Gomez. Ahead of the pack. Left-handed layup is good. Amon Gomez with the athletic steal and drive. And New London is up 11, 47-36.
11 points for Gomez.
Outlaw. Ramel Williams now. Over to Robinson. Robinson left-hand dribble. Spins it back to Ramel Williams. New London in a zone. NFA swinging it around the perimeter. Outlaw with Benson on him. Swinging. NFA trying to find some room, struggling against this New London pressure, and the ball stolen by Lake. Lake picks it up to Gomez. Gomez pulls it back out to Benson, and New London's going to run a set. Benson spins, tries to give it to Barner, but it's loose, and Porter comes up with it. Porter pull up from the right corner, no good. Rebound by Robinson, and NFA looking to run, and it's a little frazzled there on the floor, and we're going to get a New London foul. 6:06 remaining, New London up 11, 47-36.
Both teams will be shooting on the opponent's next foul.
Caruso will inbound for the Wildcats. He does that to Ramel Williams. Robinson. Long jumper, Robinson, no good. Rebound, Seth Lake comes out with it for New London. Ahead to Benson. Benson, layup, and rejected. Tuzar Skipper comes off the weak side and rejects that shot, but it will stay New London basketball. Benson out of the ball game. He's replaced by by Sawyer. Sawyer back into the ball game for New London. He's inbounding to Porter. Porter taking Caruso, spins him, left baseline jumper, no good. Ball tipped and loose, out with it by Skipper. Robinson ahead of the pack. Robinson with just Sawyer, gives it to Ramel Williams, and NFA is going to pull back the set, trailing by 11, 47-36 with 5.5 here remaining in the game. Outlaw, 10-footer, good. Marcus Outlaw brings NFA to within 9, 47-38 with 5:13 remaining here in the ball game. Amon Gomez takes Robinson off the dribble, and a reach-in foul against Robinson as Gomez had him beat. And Mike, that's really the thing that we saw in the first half, was Amon Gomez giving them fits getting to the basket, and we haven't seen him getting to the basket as much here in the second half, but that time he beat Robinson, and now he'll be at the line shooting the 1-and-1.
Drive and kick, Case. That's what they did well in the first half. Not as well here in the second half, but they have not lost a point off the lead.
Gomez, first part of the 1-and-1 is no good. A rebound by Lusk, out ahead to Outlaw. Marcus Outlaw, Ramel Williams, jumper no good, and a strong rebound by Keith Porter. Porter went up high for that one. Quickly, up ahead it goes to Gomez. Gomez pulls up the dribble. Gives it to Porter. Porter on the right baseline. Porter baseline, spinning, reverse. No good, but he stepped on the line. Out of bounds, and it'll be NFA basketball as Josh Maynard checks back into the ball game, replacing Nick Barner.
You know, I think for the most part, NFA has played a pretty solid game tonight, but they just can't score.
Yeah, I think defensively,
Yeah.
you play physical against Porter, you play physical against Sawyer and Lake. Try to make them earn it with their ball handling instead of their shooting. If you just let them stay out there and shoot, they're tough. You got to make them earn it. You got to play physical on Porter, and that's really defensively what you do against New London. The problem is you have to hold on to the basketball against their pressure, and you got to score given the opportunity, which they have not done. New London up 9 with the basketball. Sawyer to Porter. Porter turnaround three-pointer is good. They say his foot was on the line. That's a 2 for Keith Porter, putting the Whalers up 50-38. Outlow to the basket is Marcus Outlow, but he draws the foul. It's going to be on Maynard. Josh Maynard draws the foul. That's going to send Marcus Outlow to the foul line, where he has pretty much set up permanent residence tonight. I think Marcus Outlow is going to pay taxes on the foul line after this game. First one by Outlow is good off the front of the rim. 10-point Whaler lead, 49-39 with 4:03 remaining here in the ballgame.
14 for Outlaw.
Second one is good, cutting the Whaler lead inside to 9. 49-40, New London on top. 4:03 remaining here in the ballgame. Outlaw has scored how many, Mike? 16?
Outlaw has 15. Porter leads New London with 22. Seth Lake and Amon Gomez have 11 apiece.
I think Outlaw has probably scored all but a basket or two at the foul line.
Yeah. He's done a great job getting there.
I'll tell you, if nothing else, New London's going to feel this game tomorrow in that it's been the NFA has been very physical with them.
Yeah. And it's interesting. I think it's good for New London that the game against Woodstock next week is until Friday. That it's not any earlier. That game will probably be to decide the large division. And the worst part of it all is that I have to drive there.
It's at Woodstock.
At Woodstock. I figure if I leave now, I can get there on time.
Where is Woodstock?
It is, I think, exit 97 or 98 on the 395. And I don't want to, listen, they've been really good this year, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing them. I just wish it didn't require so much gas.
Do you have to change zip codes, time zones, and pay tolls?
Well, I'm sure they say the same thing about having to come down here. So.
Yeah, but we've got tradition, Mike. What is Woodstock's mascot?
The Centaur.
Oh, that is good. I have to say, that is good. Running by Porter is good, putting New London back on top, 51-40. I do like the Centaur. That's a good mascot. The other way, Robinson to Caruso. Jumper no good. Skipper with a rebound. Strong rebound inside. And I'm sure Coach Curlin has to like the physical presence of Tuzar Skipper.
A lot of energy. A lot of. You can see this with this team. If they just make a shot, they'd be good.
Lake, three-pointer for New London is good. Dagger there that time. Seth Lake, and I think you're right, Mike. He looks very comfortable in this one.
Earlier in the year, I think some of their shooters were a little bit reluctant. Not anymore, and that's good.
Well, when you got a guy like Keith Porter on the team, it's easy to continually defer to him.
Right.
But they know that for them to be a good team, they're going to have to score, and they got to take those shots. Williams, no good. Rebound, Sawyer. Porter over to Gomez, and New London with 2:45 remaining, up 54-42, a 12-point lead. Gomez to Porter. Back to Gomez. New London happy and content to hold some clock, but little stutter step that time by Amon Gomez turns it over. Back into the ball game for New London is Devontae Robinson. Josh Maynard will take a seat. New London with Lake, Gomez, Porter, Robinson, and Sawyer. Outlow, Caruso, Skipper, Williams, and Robinson for the Wildcats. Swing to Williams, up top, Outlow, top of the key, no good. Rebound high in the air, tipped around. Porter comes down with it, and he is pushed. We're going to get a foul on number 20. That's a foul on NFA's Ryer Caruso. And New London in the bonus will be shooting foul shots. Keith Porter will be at the line with a 12-point lead and 2 minutes, 14 seconds remaining in the ballgame.
I want to go back to the previous set. When Porter threw the ball to Gomez before the whistle, Porter pointed to the corner where Colin Sawyer was wide open. A month ago, I'm not sure he would have had the trust to say, hey, give him the ball, he's open, he can shoot it. That's a sign that they're starting to get it a little bit here.
Well, after they lose Porter at the end of this year, and Porter, of course, primetime player, second one no good by Porter, you're going to see New London next year with probably a different look. There's not going to necessarily be a scorer.
Right.
They've had a good 8 years of scorers, and they will not have that next year specifically. Now, someone will step up and assume that role,
right?
But they're going to have Lake back and Sawyer back and Maynard back, and they're going to have some, Bruton will be back, and Benson will be back. They're going to have a lot of these guys back, but they're going to have to find that scoring, and some of that is going to come in the person of that outside shot, the team basketball, kicking to guys that are shooters. Next year, one of these guys will grow and step up, but NFA facing a similar thing. A young team on the whole, going to be a senior-laden team next year. Timeout, New London, 55-42 with 2 minutes remaining. NFA came into this game at 6-4, Mike. New London came into the game at 7-4. And if things hold up the way they look, New London will move to 8-4. NFA will slip to 6-5. And for a team like NFA, 6-5, they're going to get into the tournament. That's going to be a very difficult road for them. Now, a New London team, though, already with 4 losses means they're not going to be as high up as they typically would be. But if you're the number 1 or 2 team, boy, would that be not the draw you want to see that kind of first round game.
Because they're not going to be scared of you. We know that.
Wherever you go.
And the thing that, I last year, I don't think I realized how hard it was going to be to win Double L and how good those teams are. That last week, Monday, Wednesday, Saturday, they would have had to have beaten Windsor, St. Joe, Hill House.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Those are 3 teams that not only good in our state, they'd be good in any state.
That's right. A team, they were playing, 40 state championships.
Yeah.
in those last 3.
Yeah.
1:50 remaining here. New London up 13. Porter with the basketball for New London. He leads all scorers. Porter to the basket. No good, but he's fouled by Caruso. Porter will go to the line to shoot 2. Up 13. And, Mike, to finish that thought, the road last year was just brutal. And even though New London had a very good team, of course, led by Dunn and Porter, to go that was a gauntlet that anybody was going to have to run through. And they got the worst of it because they had to play them all.
Yeah. Yeah. And I wish I had enjoyed last season more than I did, because we got a chance to see Dunn, who's a wonderful player. We got a chance to see this team make the semis, Ledyard make the semis, and
the great Waterford story.
Waterford, which is really as good a story as we've ever had around here. The school had the school had been open for 54 years and had not won a boys basketball national championship. Pretty good.
Now, last year was a good year for ECC basketball. It was a lot of fun. I mean, the ECC tournament last year was a fantastic tournament. And that Windsor-New London game we got to do last year was probably the most entertaining boys basketball game that I've been a part of in 20-plus years. So it was a great experience. This year, some poor team is going to have to draw either NFA or New London, and it's going to be a tough matchup regardless. Robinson controls the Sawyer. 1:30 remaining. New London up 15, 57-42. Score not indicative of how close this thing had become at one point. And we've got a timeout on the floor with 1:23 remaining here in the ball game, and New London up 57-42. Timeout, New London. So who are the teams in the ECC right now? Of course, we just talked about Woodstock. Talking a little bit about Ledyard, because we knew last
10-1, pending the outcome of their game against Stonington tonight. Very good, and they have a great shot to win Class M this year. I would say that of all the teams in the league, the team that's got the best chance to win a state title is
we saw last year with Ledyard. We saw them.
They're good.
We saw them last year, and we sat with Jim Bunicor at that halftime of that game, and we said, you guys might be a year away.
Yep.
You're overachieving this year. You know, Dave Cornish's impact and Troy McKelvin's impact notwithstanding, now you see them playing a New London type of schedule, out of conference games. He scheduled the Hartford Publics of the world to get them to see those kinds of teams before they go to the Class M tournament.
I don't know that we'll get a Ledyard New London final for the ECC title, but I hope we do.
That will be a lot of fun because it will be the only opportunity we get for those two teams to play each other this year.
Which is a shame. They should be playing.
They should be playing, and there's a lot of great storylines, and we hope we get to see that as we head down under 1 minute here at Alumni Hall on the campus of Norwich Free Academy. NFA with the basketball down 15 as New London High School is going to move to 7-4 to 8-4 after this win. Marcus Outlow, the great athletic football player, basketball player for NFA, leads them. New London, of course, led by the great Keith Porter. Long jumper by Ebo Rivera, no good. Outlow with the rebound. Outlow on Porter, and he scores. Timeout by Neil Kurland with 35 seconds remaining, and New London on top, 57-44. The Ledyard High School basketball team that we were just talking about, we said they were a year away last year. They brought back, of course, a lot of the same players, but also their football team this year. We've talked about how one leads to the other, how the John Rainey's of the world and the Darnay Grays of the world, how what happens on the football field translates to the basketball court and backward. And I think with Darnay Gray, we saw a little bit of a learning experience this year in football. And now he's making an impact on the basketball court, stepping up and showing a lot of the leadership that they want to see him show next year on the football field.
Yeah, he can be. He will probably be the reason that they win if they do win, because he's going to get. He's so big. He's 20-10, waiting to happen.
35 seconds remaining here in the ball game. New London on top, 57-44. Seth Lake to inbound for New London to Bruton. Bruton fouled on the ground, on the floor. Foul on number 1, Ramel Williams, and Bruton will go to the line for New London with 33.5 seconds remaining, and the Whalers up 13. Stick around after the game as we present a little bit of our post-game ceremony here at the Alumni Hall. We'll talk and wrap this thing up afterwards. New London up 58-44 with 33 seconds remaining here in the ball game, and Bruton at the line. He'll shoot one more. The Reedy left-hander. Knocks down the second.
Good word.
Reedy?
Yes.
Thank you. 59-44. NFA with the basketball. Kude out to Rivera. Long jumper by Rivera is good, and yes, he called glass. 59-47 as we're down under 20 seconds. Bruton with the basketball, and barring a foul, New London can run the clock out as we're down close to 10. Under 10 seconds here. 59-47. And they're going to let this thing run out. 3, 2, there's your final score, everybody. New London High School 59, NFA 47. We will be right back after this message.
As we swap out mics, think you can do that? If you need to take a break, tell me and we can.
Why don't we do? What are we doing? We do both. All right.
At the MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner, our number one goal has always been to earn your business for life. As one of the largest dealerships in eastern Connecticut, selling Chevrolet, Cadillac, Buick, and Hyundai, we accomplish our goal by not just offering the best buying experience, but more importantly, the best service experience after the sale.
Don't worry about it,
That philosophy
Keith.
is what built this company from a single-bay service station nearly 45 years ago to who we are today. So experience the difference and let us earn your business for life. The MJ Sullivan Automotive Corner in New London or at mjsullivanauto.com.
Okay, you tell me when.
All right.
Just like we always do. Yeah. Welcome back to Alumni Hall, site of New London's 59-47 win over NFA. I'm here with Keith Porter, who scored 27 points. Tonight, Keith, looked like they were a little more physical with you maybe than some other teams?
Yeah, most teams is kind of lax, try to like compact the middle, and they just let me freelance around the perimeter. So they were all over me around the floor.
I thought, especially in the first half, you guys ran your stuff better than I'd seen in a long time. I didn't see you going, 1-on-4, 1-on-5, Did you see that too?
Oh, yeah, like in practice we were running over our sets way more. It's just getting better, more fluid and more clean.
There was one set late in the game where you actually pointed to Sawyer in the corner, like, give him the ball. Would you have done that a month ago? Did you have the trust in those guys back then?
Well, it was like they were new, so I didn't know what to expect. Like, one night they're on and one night they're off. Like, I didn't know what to expect. It was a whole new learning experience playing with a whole other team because everybody graduated. So it's just getting better.
All right, so a week from now, you'd make the long bus ride to Woodstock for a game that'll probably determine whether you guys win the league or not.
Mm-hmm.
What did they do to you in the first game that maybe you guys can solve this game?
It was really just chemistry. It was a new team. We didn't know what to do. It was the first game, so everybody was timid. They didn't want to make a mistake, and we really weren't playing basketball. We was thinking too much.
All right, Keith. Thank you.
Thank you.
Great job.
Thank you.
We'll see you next week. We'll bring in Coach Parker, who's not paying attention. There he is. Coach?
You're wet. A little wet.
That's all right. Casey to the rescue. Coach? We were saying to Keith, especially in the first half, I thought you ran your sets as well as you have all year.
Yeah, I think that's probably true, Mike. We got everyone involved offensively. Seth Flake made some big shots for us. Ahmad Gomez played outstanding tonight. Everybody was involved. Everybody was active, and I think you're absolutely right.
Coach, you're not used to having 4 losses at this time of year. Actually, you're not used to having 4
Right.
losses for the whole year. How have you dealt with that?
We've dealt with that simply by telling this team that, in all honesty, we honestly feel we should probably have 1 loss this year, possibly be undefeated. And I think the primary reason for that is the fact that we were not a good defensive team. I told the kids we were horrible defensively, whether we played zone or whether we played man. We've been working on our defense in practice, spending more time on defense now, Mike, than anything else. And I told them, guys, we are what we are, but you know what? We could probably be a 1-loss team at this point.
Coach, the last time I saw you was the beginning of the month. You lost to Wilbur Cross. Gomez didn't get off the bench. Now he's starting, playing big minutes and
contributing
and playing well.
Playing well.
When did you see that in him that hey we can?
Well, you know what? I believe this is his 3rd game in a row starting for us, Mike. And he has the opportunity because other kids weren't playing well, and some situations put him into the starting lineup besides playing ability by the other kids, some other issues. And you know what? He has a spot, and now it's his to lose. And right now, he's there. He's playing very well for us.
Coach, thanks. We'll see you next week. The long ride to Woodstock.
Yeah.
Yes, joy, isn't it?
Oh, boy.
Thanks, man.
All right.
All right. We will be back. Right after this.
Oh, we go around, got a perfect little place in mind. Nothing could be better than summertime loving.
Your face looks so strange. You're happy, you angel.
Thank God that it's over. Thank God that it's over. Thank God that it's over.
Along with Mike DeMoro, as theday.com brought you its first high school basketball game of the 2013 year, a New London High School victory over the NFA Wildcats. And Mike, sum it all up for us.
Well, I think Craig Parker and Keith Porter. I mean, they like the way they played defense. They like the way they shared the ball, and if they can keep doing those 2 things, they'll be hard to beat. For NFA, again, I think we both agree they didn't play badly. They just got to make shots, and that's easier said than done.
Well, New London High School always says, Coach Parker always says, they want to be better at the next game than they were at this one, and it appears that they're heading in the right direction. Like you said, big game coming up with, of all teams, Woodstock, which could decide the league for them.
Well, Woodstock's number 8 in the state, or they were until they got beat by Wyndham recently. Very well coached, very well disciplined, and New London's going to have to play a very good game up there to come out of there with a win.
Thank you very much for everybody who joined us today on theday.com. Look for us the next time, to Peter Wappy and our technical crew who brought you all of the behind-the-scenes action and all the on-the-court action. I'm Casey O'Neill, Mike DeMoro. Thank you, everybody.